Hello, everyone. I am back again. Once again. Y'all remember how Mr. Brooks used to say, so you hold me in contempt yet again. Well, I'm back yet again. One more again. And we are going to basically debunk everything Mr. Brooks is saying, despite him not preferring to be called by that name. So he is in the auxiliary courtroom as a result of his misconduct, his disruptions. And so the state is going to make an offer of what they believe should be the dynamic going forward. Let's dive in.
Nothing about any of that, Your Honor.
Anything you think I need to address before I turn to Mr. Brooks?
We do have two things to clear a record about.
Go ahead. Yep.
The first is for the testimony of two different witnesses. We provided Mr. Brooks with summaries of those witnesses' statements as recorded in the police reports. First was Deanna Aldrich. That included a piece of paper containing 3 paragraphs which summarized Ms. Aldrich's statement to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department as they were memorialized in supplement number 55 under an incident report number of W21087731. The second of those was a 1-paragraph summary of the statement provided by Jason Hayes to the City of Waukesha Police Department, memorialized in supplement number 28 under incident report number 21047-493. These were, again, documents that were provided to Mr. Brooks in the discovery process, but we sought to be helpful in his presentation of evidence here at the trial today. The second issue that we'd like to make a record about relates to the testimony of Erica Patterson.
Here we go.
So for the record, I think it's important to note that the 2 photographs the defendant attempted to show that witness and presumably put into evidence depicted what I believe to be the defendant and Ms. Patterson's 15-year-old daughter, as well as their new grandchild, the daughter's child, who was born around May 1st of 2022. I think that there was ample grounds for the court to end Ms. Patterson's testimony when it did.
Correct.
But for, just in case that becomes an issue going forward, I'll make an offer of proof that Ms. Patterson, if asked about those pictures, would have testified that she did not provide them to Mr. Brooks. She provided them to a person named Michelle, who I believe is a mutual friend, who in turn provided them to Dawn Woods, the defendant's brother, mother, long day, who then, that was the person who provided them to Mr. Brooks. If she were forced to answer questions about this supposed letter that Mr. Brooks was claiming to exist, she would have testified that she has not written a letter to Mr. Brooks since he came into our jail on November 22nd. She didn't write one on November 21st either. At any point between his being taken into custody and today. It's my understanding that he has tried to call her from the Waukesha County Jail on 37 occasions.
Wow.
She has never accepted a single one of those phone calls. And finally, during the early lunch break, I was informed by the bailiff staff that the defendant was twice offered to go to his cell to retrieve that letter that he talked about. He declined both times.
Oh, I wonder why he declined. I know why he declined. Let me take an educated guess. Maybe because Erica Patterson's signature wasn't on that letter? I wonder whose name was on there. I wonder whose name was on that letter. Because there's a reason why Darrell didn't bring the letter. Listen, the Bible says that the letter killeth. But the spirit maketh alive. But the evidence would have made it alive if his mother's signature had not been on that letter. That's why it wasn't brought into court. So this is bringing a whole new light as to why the letter wasn't present. Y'all ain't saying nothing.
Thank you. I appreciate the record being made. I will now unmute Mr. Brooks and ask him if there's anything he needs to make a record of at this point on the topics that have been raised.
Uh-oh, she's about to open up the cage and let the animal speak. The animal. Come on, are you ready, mental patient? Let the patient put on his headphone. Is the killer ready? Is the child molester ready?
Sir, anything you wish to address before we break for the day?
You mean child molester. Are you ready?
Yeah, I can. I wasn't really hearing everything that was just said good, but why haven't I been given the chance to offer all my filings and the evidence?
Because you ain't got no evidence.
I already stated that before.
You ain't got no evidence.
I would like
filings
all
have
my
been-
filings. I would like every single filing that I filed placed into evidence. Every last one of them.
First of all, hold up. First of all, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? You ain't running nothing. Who the hell do you think you talking to?
That has yet to be done.
Talking about I want every single one of my. Who? You ain't running nothing.
I put you on notice and I've stated it on the record. Even before I even had a chance to
Shut up.
start calling witnesses and put on a defense that I haven't even been adequately been able to do.
Because you ain't got no evidence.
So this is something that's been stated on the record numerous times. I did hear a reference to
You ain't got no evidence just as much as you ain't got no freedom. Hello.
whatever you just talking about.
He's
Whatever he was just talking about is in regards to
See, watch this. He trying to act like he didn't know what Zach was talking about. That's why he said whatever he was talking about. Then he says in regards to. So apparently he must have knew because he's getting ready to say what it is. Go ahead. In regards to what? Come on.
going to get the letter or whatever the case may be.
Oh, so you did hear Zach talk about the letter that you didn't bring to court that potentially your mother was in charge of trying to conduct an operation. And don't think that the court, don't think that the state can't hear the phone calls between you and your mother. They got the most wanted criminal in their jail. You damn right they gonna listen to the phone calls. Stupid.
Well, it's not just one letter. Like I stated before, it's multiple letters. And for somebody that don't
Just like your multiple lies. Keep going.
know to try to tell me what I got,
Oh, we know what you got.
like you need to cut it out, man.
No, we ain't got to cut nothing now.
Y'all need to cut it out. Seriously. Stop it.
You need to stop it.
It seems to me that
You should have stopped the vehicle. Talking about stop it. How come you didn't stop? It wasn't nothing wrong with the throttle body. How come you didn't stop it when you saw people? When there was a barricade there and you going to keep going. Don't you dare say stop it. When there was nothing, particularly when there was nothing wrong with the throttle body.
want to do is gang up.
Good. I said this before. You need to be ganged up on in that prison. I hope they put you in general population so you can be ganged up on. How you gonna complain of being ganged up by these attorneys when you knew what you was getting yourself into? When you were warned about what you was getting yourself into. But your ego had to get in the way. I don't want to hear this.
Be prejudiced and ganged up.
And that's exactly what they did.
4 against 1.
No, basically 5 against 1, because the jury was involved, according to those verdicts. And by the way, I think we all owe the jury a debt of our gratitude. Thank you, jurors. Thank you to all the jurors. I don't know why y'all haven't come and got on social media yet, because y'all allowed to talk. You ain't got to worry about your stuff being sequestered. The case is over. All right, come on here.
You sit up there earlier and made a record before the lunch.
Uh-huh.
You sit up there and made a record about all this stuff that happened in Nevada. That's other acts of evidence, ain't it?
Yeah, that's where you was messed. That's where you became a child molester, in Nevada. You were messing with an underage child at 15 years old. That's a child. You are not only a murderer, but you are a child predator. And you're on the registry. Come on, child molester, speak.
How was you allowed to put that on record and not even be truthful about everything that you said?
Wait a minute, not be truthful? And you've been lying the entire time? You lied about the COVID test. You lied about taking the test. You're lying about you don't know who Darrell Brooks is. Lied about the tearing kid. Lied about your mom not owning a vehicle. You lied about not understanding the charges. You lied about the complaint not being showed to you. And we already debunked that earlier in a previous video when Attorney Perry represented you. And your dumb behind fired him. Now you want to complain because, I'm being ganged up on. I'm being ganged up on. You damn right. The prosecutors, the people don't like you. The jurors definitely don't like you, especially with that performance in front of them. And you know the judge was coming for your behind. All she needed was just the okay relative to them verdicts. Ooh. Oh, she got your behind in the end. Oh, you was talking to her any kind of way. But there was a woman that came for you. In the end. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Woo!
But not one time did somebody say, no, we gonna strike that.
Yeah, we gonna strike you from
Not one
society.
time. But if it had been me, it would have got struck.
Yeah,
if it
you should.
Been me, it'd have been a problem.
You should have been struck. You struck people. Just like he had a nerve to say, oh, y'all trampling over my rights. Well, you trampled over lives. So if you can trample over lives, your life, your rights need to be trampled over. You know what y'all ain't saying? Y'all better talk back to me. Man, ain't nothing but a utter fool sitting up here complaining. How dare you have the temerity to have any type of sympathy, you fool?
If it had been me, I'd have been held in contempt.
What a fool. All right, Judge, shut him up.
Why was the statement of particulars not addressed?
This ain't nothing but verbal diarrhea at its finest. Verbal diarrhea, and the judge is allowing it. Come on, Judge, I need you to act like the throttle body. Slow this down. Shut it down. Tired of this verbal diarrhea running.
No filings that I seem to file need to be addressed.
Because it's BS. It has
After
nothing to
you
stand
sat
on.
here and told me that that's what I needed to do, then you want to refer to the waiver of counsel, which, again, for the record, you accepted it the way that I gave it to you.
Shut your mouth, you liar.
Which clearly states on there, I do not waive my right to assistance of counsel.
That's a lie. That is a lie, because the Judge Darrell told you during that preliminary phase, she said, if I release them, I remember her clearly stating, if I release them, they are gone. And you will have no one to assist you. Do you understand what I said? Do you remember she said that? And then he kept on saying, I'm informed. I'm informed. Did you hear what I said? I'm informed. I'm informed. She clearly told you that. That if she released them, they are gone. So what are you talking about right now? You sound dumb. You sound stupid. You willfully and willingly did that. And now you got buyer's remorse. Well, it's too late. Ooh, you were a day late and $1 short. We almost at the end of the trial now. The 11th hour was kicking in. Y'all, you know what, y'all? Woo, you didn't hear me.
Accepted that. But you still turn around and continue to violate my Sixth Amendment rights.
You violated the law by killing people.
Violate my First Amendment rights.
You violated lives.
Can and can't say.
You were in violation when you were trying to tell the jury that they had the power to nullify. That's violation. How is the violator going to call for violation? Come on, come on. How can a violator call for violation? You didn't hear me. Come on.
I have the right to say whatever I want to say.
Your Honor, stop him.
That's the First Amendment.
Stop him now. Stop him.
You're talking about a fourth option that you came with out of the blue.
Stop him.
Illinois versus Allen, when there is no fourth option.
Lies.
Then you try to sneak some other case laws in that you just came up with today.
Come on, Your Honor.
I don't know if you came up with that when you was on one of your breaks that you
Come on, Your Honor.
But that it's awful funny that it never got mentioned before.
Judge Darrell, stop this. Because watch this. This has nothing to do with the proposal of the state in terms of removing Miss Patterson off of that subpoena. They don't need her to testify. And he's going on a tangent. This is a rant. Stop him.
You've repeatedly made a false record.
Just like you repeatedly kept going, and then got a nerve to try to argue. Intent. It wasn't by intent. Well, guess what? You repeatedly kept going, repeatedly. Since you like to use the word repeatedly, I'm saying it. Repeatedly. You kept driving. When you had the wherewithal, when you had the capacity to stop.
You want to sit up here and perpetuate all this
Stop him.
disruptive behavior and this, that, and the third.
Because that's what it is.
When you knew from the point of the start of this trial,
Your Honor, please.
one, that I wasn't prepared. Two, that I did not understand the proceedings.
Oh, wait a minute. But you wanted to be your own attorney. Aren't you supposed to be prepared? I remember during that preliminary phase that she told you that she was not going to delay, that she was actually getting ready to get on with this trial. I believe it was for that October. She told you she wasn't delaying nothing. So the point is, if you wasn't prepared, that's on you. That's on you. How you gonna blame her? And she been told you all this in preliminary. Just like you were given the complaint in the preliminary. This ain't nothing but a rant that doesn't make any sense. An incoherent rant.
But yet still you choose to find a way to get around it. Just like you found a way to get around answering what your name was.
Just like you're trying to find a way to get around getting out of this case by lying. That Reddit post. You think we don't know you was behind that? You was trying to get around by having a mistrial. To try to blame one of the jurors of writing that. And how could they have wrote that with everything that they got? In terms of electronics, was sequestered. So that debunks that. See how you was trying to get around, trying to get out of this? Everything you're blaming the court of is the opposite. That's what y'all been doing. You're an enabler too. And she need to be in that cage right along with you, like mother, like son. Two stupid animals. Two dumb dogs that don't bark. Oh, you know what, y'all ain't saying nothing tonight. He got me heated.
You're a public servant. The name that you have on
Stop him.
with the Secretary of Treasury and State, however you want to put it.
Stop him, Your Honor.
You were asked for a certified copy of your oath of office, which you stated on the record you would not provide. Didn't give any case law why you don't have to provide that.
Stop.
Have yet to prove subject matter jurisdiction.
Irrelevant.
For the record.
Irrelevant.
Have yet to show that you even have a license to practice law.
Irrelevant.
Haven't proven that yet.
What does her license have to do with you killing people? Stop trying to flip it. Stop trying to turn this whole thing around. Stop trying to do a 180. And get back to the substance. Stop deflecting the substance. If she didn't have license to be able to preside over that, she would have never been there. So what are you talking about? That's irrelevant. Stop him, Your Honor.
Prosecution. Where's the licenses?
Come on, Your Honor. Kick
Why can't
in.
I place your oath of office into the record?
Stop
Why can't I make
this.
that part of evidence?
Stop this carnage now.
The oath that you haven't even honored, not one bit.
Stop this buffoonery now.
Doing enough to keep your face clean
Stop this charade now.
doesn't constitute being fair. Doesn't constitute being impartial.
Stop him. Just like his freedom is stopped, stop him.
When the jury was selected, I struck the whole jury. That never got addressed in any way.
Shut up.
When you were informed way before that.
Shut up.
Striking the whole jury.
You don't make
So
sense.
how can you go over that constitutional right, which I have the right to not pass a jury?
Okay, sovereign
Mr.
citizen
Brooks,
with a
I'm
right.
muting you. And the reason I'm muting him is because he has not addressed a single issue that was raised at the end of this hearing today. He is simply
Exactly.
rehashing previous determinations of this court. I would describe it as a rant.
That's exactly what it is. And why did you let him go to that length? He was too far afield. Had nothing to do with what he was supposed to be talking about. And you let him go on a rant for that long? Come on, Judge Darrell. That is unacceptable. He would have been stopped.
Continues to impugn the integrity of this court and this process. Again, he did not address any of the issues that I raised at the end of this hearing.
Right, and went on a rant for almost 20 minutes saying nothing.
From my perspective, the issues that he is raising are all related to claims that a sovereign would make, someone who claims to be a sovereign citizen.
Right, claims to be a sovereign, and then talk about his rights being ran over, trampled over. His rights, but he's supposed to be a sovereign. He ain't nothing but a fool.
Claims that have no base.
Nothing.
That are baseless in
Nothing.
law and in fact. I'm not going to address them any further. Again, they are simply baseless.
So he did all that talking for nothing. It got him nowhere. Absolutely neutrality. When you are in neutrality, you ain't going nowhere. So what was the point? What was the point? All right, I want to go to another clip. Y'all hold on. All right, so let's play this. I want to play this clip because this, he's a little more humble now. You know why he's a little more humble? Because basically the case is over and they're getting ready to go into sentencing, which means the end for him. And so notice how humble. He got all that mouth and all that animosity toward the judge. And see, all of that is over now. Now I see humbleness by Mr. Brooks. Let's dive in here.
Comment was made about this mask. It's something that I've worn the whole year of this incident. I don't. Well, I'm not gonna say don't, but I don't feel like
Come on, get to the point.
I needed to go in too wild. Chose to wear this.
You need to wear it. You look a mess.
There
You
are a
look
lot
like
of different reasons why.
you're a sewer rat. I
But
would
it
put it.
definitely has nothing to do with hiding anything.
Well, you know what? Wait a minute. It's a little too late for that because you were trying to. You altered your appearance. What did you do? Tried to hide. He even put his hair up, y'all. He changed the position of his hair. So I don't want you sitting up here talking about, oh, I'm not trying to hide anything. Just child, listen, you already tried to do that. You tried to hide your identity. So who cares about you trying? Where are you going with this in terms of the reason why you didn't hide anything just because you was wearing a mask? It's a little too late. You tried to do that, and that was on videotape. Why? You got exposed?
There is nothing to hide.
Oh, really? Well, how come you're hiding your name? How come you're acting like you don't know who Darrell Brooks is and you don't know anybody by that name? You're hiding that. You're hiding that. So what is one of the guards in jail if they say Mr. Brooks? What do you say? Objection. I don't know anybody by that name, nor do I go by that name. Is that what you're telling the guards when they call for Mr. Brooks? I'm just asking.
On TV every day. When your life is being dissected for the world to see, when your family's on TV every day in some capacity.
And who was the cause of that, Mr. Brooks? Who was the cause of all of that? I did not have a clue who you were until you decided to do something stupid. And I saw it in my social media feed. So you're the cause as to why I know about this. You did this.
When you're on pretty much every social media platform.
I talk about you every
What
day.
is there to hide from?
Why did you try to alter your appearance then? You were trying to hide that. You're trying
I
to.
want each and every victim in this incident, family members, those who lost loved ones,
Like you care.
those who are still healing.
Like you care.
I want you to know that no matter how you felt during this year, no matter how you felt yesterday, I want everyone to know, also the community of Waukesha, I want you to know that not only am I sorry for what happened, I'm sorry that you could not see what's truly in my heart, that you cannot see the remorse that I have, that you cannot.
But wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. It goes back to my question, though. Why did you even do it? First of all, how can they see anything in your heart other than evil? Considering that you ran over people, you had the capacity to stop, you didn't stop, you kept on going. So what else would anybody think that could be in your heart that's other than evil? That doesn't make sense. So wait a minute, I go and kill a multitude of people. And then now my defense is, oh, if y'all really knew what was really in my heart, if you could really understand. What sense does that make? It's like, I don't know, y'all. Is it me? This is not making any sense to me.
Listen to all the phone calls that I've made to my family, that you cannot hear all the prayers that I've said in my cell, that you cannot count.
Hold on, whoa. And then to laugh at the victims and make little gestures and stuff during the victim impact statements. So they're still supposed to, watch this, based on that, they're still supposed to believe that there's goodness in your heart that they don't really understand. Of course we don't understand it, because there was never nothing good in your heart. You're evil. And I don't even take that as an apology. That ain't no apology. That's not no apology. That is not an apology. That ain't no real one.
All the tears that I've dropped in this year.
Yeah, fake tears. What about you laughing during the impact statements? Yeah, why don't you talk about that? Gesturing.
The truth is hard a lot of times.
Yeah, it's hard to believe a liar. Hard to believe a liar.
I'm not very old by age standards, but I've been alive long enough to understand that a lot of people are comfortable with hearing what they want to hear, being told what they want to be told.
Don't try that. He tried that with the jury. He tried that the gamut with the jury, but guess what? It's over. So wait a minute. Is this to try to spare you from the judge? But didn't you treat her like crap? You think she gonna have sympathy for you? You think she gonna have sympathy for you? Because 7,000 years does not sound like sympathy. Hello.
And being okay with that. It's easy to accept what's on the surface. It's easy to accept what's being put put out there.
We're accepting the evidence, the overwhelming evidence that shows you driving through a parade. There's nothing else that you can say that can change anybody's mind about you being evil. I think you've proven that throughout this entire trial. You've proven that how you treated these witnesses. You've proven that the way you punched Erica in her face. You've proven that how you ran over her in the car with that vehicle. You've proven that at the parade. You're proving that relative to how many times you've been in and out of jail. You've proven it. You got history of crime. You can't change anybody else's. You can't change nobody's mind about you. It's over. You ain't nothing but a screw. That got screwed. You screwed your own self. The nails to your own coffin.
It's harder to pull back the veil. It's harder to look deeper than the surface.
Don't play this psychological game, man. You done. Shut up. The judge ain't buying this mental crap.
And regardless to the truth, I understand that there are many people that would never forgive what happened.
We're not for no.
I have to be okay with that. And I hold no ill will towards them for that. I have to be okay with the fact that people will be angry. Some for a long time.
No, they're going to be happy. Forever. They're going to be happy.
I think it was clear with respects to...
Come on, let's go. Quickly. Come on.
How I'm viewed.
You're viewed as a sewer rat. That's what you look like at Daniel Ryder's house on that porch.
I will not respond to those comments in anger either.
Come on, let's go.
I want to also say that.
What does the molester has to say? Come on, molester.
It is not me that can take any pain away, replace what was lost. Give back joy, happiness. There's so many other things that was lost that day.
Oh, so you're finally acknowledging that you did this. Oh, okay. Come on. Let's go. Quickly.
I think all that comes with belief in Christ.
I don't want to hear that.
I believe that all that comes with time. It's a process.
This is so incoherent. Oh my God.
It's a process that we all have to go through.
Come on and get the diarrhea out.
I noticed a lot of things that I've said over the duration of this trial were misconception. I don't consider myself
That's a lie. Ain't no misconception. We saw exactly what you
to
did.
be a man of God yet.
You'll never be
It's
one.
something that I'm learning
God hates you.
with time.
God, the Bible says that God hates a liar, and you're the epitome of lies. How dare you even mention God? You evil monster. All right, y'all, I'm tired of hearing this. I don't want to hear no more because he's pissing me off. He going to make me lose my religion, and I'm supposed to be a Christian. Now, what does that tell you? Listen, I want everybody to comment on this video. Leave your thoughts. Leave your reactions. Please like, share. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. Bless you. Thank you for listening.